There's a 3.4 billion US dollar worth of crypto assets that are going to get sold off in the coming 17 weeks. And also, this Wednesday, we're going to get the core CPI data, which could really favor the bulls in this case. So in this exact video, I will talk about what this means for the market. I will talk about the most important charts for Bitcoin. I will talk about the most important support and resistance on the imminent short term. An insane transaction that paid more than 500,000 US dollars in fees and many more important stuff. So can we once again smash up the likes back above 400? That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term here for Bitcoin. And once diving in towards the imminent short term for Bitcoin, we can straight away see here on the imminent short term, Bitcoin created that CME gap. And basically we were trading significantly below the CME gap. But just like I've been predicting, while we were not meeting the CME close price, on the beginning of the Monday, we straight away pumped towards the upside, filled up that CME gap and moved towards the downside. So right now we filled up the CME gap, what is of course definitely very beautiful news to see. So once again, another weekend and another perfect weekend prediction. And basically, if we're zooming out on Bitcoin, nothing has really once again happened here. Looking at the 4-hourly time frame, I'm still approaching this range exactly the same like I did 2 weeks ago here. I think 24.8k is the ultimate support, and that's going to be reached if we do break potentially below this level. If we break below this level right here, I think 24.8k is going to get reached, and that is also the liquidity range where previously around we saw that big wick heading hit towards the downside. And if we can manage to see Bitcoin go down to 24.8k, I would be personally be a massive buyer. And right now for the imminent short term, there's just not a lot of stuff happening, and Bitcoin is just hovering around on this price. And if we can manage to be breaking upwards and we break above the 26.7k level, I think the next resistance is going to be somewhere around 27.8k, the previous high in the market. So this is what's going on the imminent short term. There's not a lot. We are currently creating a bullish divergence on the 12-hour time frame for Bitcoin, but yeah, Bitcoin is just not moving, so I can't really talk about the imminent short term and what currently is going on here. Yesterday there was a transaction on Bitcoin that actually paid more than 500,000 US dollars on fees, what is absolutely crazy. And probably what happened is that the guy that sent the transaction put in a lot of satoshis to get first in towards the transaction, but someone mined $500,000 worth of Bitcoin, so the miner must be very happy. Further on, before I go back into Bitcoin, I quickly want to be saying something about Solana, and I can really see the people in my comments that are really taking it up for Solana, but it was the same like the last bull run. There's a very big cult following on Solana, but personally Solana looks very dead to me. The total value locked is at a low point, and it is literally down more than 99% here from its all-time high, the total value locked here. And also at this point, we know that FTX is holding more than 685 million US dollars worth of Solana, and they're going to be liquidating these Solanas over the course of the coming years. So yeah, you should be very careful with thinking about buying Solana, because literally the amounts that FTX is going to sell is 10% of the circulating supply, and that will be having a massive influence on the price. And I know they can't sell it off straight away, and they said that they're only going to sell off $200 million worth of crypto assets every single week, but it will be definitely have a devastating effect on Solana. And if you're zooming out on Solana, and so many people are so excited about Solana, and I said it also on the range high on the top side right here, please get away from it. Solana may be down. Let me say this correctly. Solana may be down currently 93% from its all-time high, but it could literally go another 95% down here, and that would mean if you were buying it right now, it's going to be another 35% decreasement on price. So you have to understand the risk of buying Solana in this point, in my opinion, is extremely high. Yes, you could potentially make some profits from it, but I am always looking at the risk to rewards standpoint, and I personally don't really think it's a good risk to reward. Also the same with Binance. Is it a good risk to reward to hold all your coins on Binance? No, I don't think so. Literally the auditor of the report of their backing of their cryptocurrencies has been a self-verification. So can we once again trust this report from Binance? I personally very much doubt it. So if you want to be trading or buying cryptocurrencies and you're holding everything on Binance, make sure to start to look elsewhere as well. And if you want to be trading, I am doing it on BYBIT. I trust BYBIT with my complete heart. And by the way, BYBIT is the only exchange that's currently still growing on their balance on exchanges and also on their user base. So that's pretty interesting. So if you want to be trading, there's an insane deposit bonus. If you want to be trading, go to the link description of today's video, sign up an account using this link right here. And if you do so, you only need to deposit $100 and you can claim a free 1,000 US dollars deposit bonus for only depositing $100. And it's only going to be valid if you sign up an account using that video link description of today's video. So make sure to go below and sign up your account right now here. Also, this this week is going to be packed with volatility. First of all, tomorrow we're going to get the Apple event, and usually that leads towards some volatility across the stock market. But Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to get some very important days. First of all, Wednesday, we're going to get the core inflation and the regular inflation. And since the core inflation remains to be so sticky, the prediction for this coming Wednesday, the core inflation looks to be dropping by 0.4%. And that is quite significant because we haven't seen such a significant drop in a while right now. And that would mean really that the core inflation is going to come down and inflation in general. And that would maybe give the Fed a reason to start cutting rates. And if we're going to be looking at the forecast about what the Fed is going to be doing with their rates, currently the consensus is that in the midpoint of 2024, we're going to start to see the rate cuts really take place. Maybe if something catastrophic happens in the meantime with a banking collapse or whatsoever, we could start to see the rates getting cut earlier. But right now the consensus is mid-2024 we're going to start to see the rate cuts, and mid-2024 is also the point that the Bitcoin halving is going to happen. So I'm actually quite excited about 2024 because yes, 2024 is also the year of the Bitcoin spot ETF that is going to be inevitably happening in my opinion. And if money creation is easier, Bitcoin is only becoming more attractive. So that is super exciting if you would ask me. In the meantime, Bitcoin is hanging on daily support, and you have to zoom out in these periods of time, guys. We're right now in a bear market, and this is the time for accumulation. So that is why I'm not really discussing the imminent short term here, because there's just not a lot of stuff happening. But looking at the weekly time frame, you can see clearly this upward sloping support line. This is the Bitcoin halving. This is the previous halving, the halving before that, and you really want to be holding at least until that halving, because after the halving, you always can see that exponential rally, right? And that is what I'm expecting again here. So give it at least 2 years before we're going to see a more exponential rally for Bitcoin. And the coming year is probably going to be very boring for Bitcoin. It's probably going to be super sideways. But if Bitcoin were to be going down here, it would be a gift. And if Bitcoin were to come down, I think the worst case scenario is $22,000, and that would be a retest of the legendary support line. So I will be keeping my eyes wide open on that. The legendary support line is also meeting somewhat of resistance here on the top side, and potentially we are going to start to see a gigantic breakout happening in 2024. And that is really where I'm looking out for at this current point of time, because yes, the halving would have been at that point, and also that is the moment where Bitcoin can start to see a new exponential rally. So yeah, Bitcoin is looking quite excited. A lot of things is going to be happening this week here, so keep your eyes wide open on it. And also this Thursday we're going to see the PPI reports hit the market. So that was it from me in today's update video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.